Ladies and gentlemen, guys and gals, welcome back to another video on the channel. I'm sorry, I know I sound really excited right now. It's because I just finished my chemistry today. I took my final. I'm done. I never have to take anything related to chem again. It's just absolute greatness. You see the gameplay on the screen, and that means we have another story time. I know I haven't told mine in a really long time. I've been thinking about telling this story for probably ever since I uploaded that video. I just never what's the word? I never got the whole story. I was trying to remember it. I even wrote a script for it. I found it in my docs. It's 4 pages long, but I'm not gonna read off that. I'm just gonna tell off the top of my head. So this story takes place all the way back in 8th grade. I know, we have another 8th grade story. To be honest, a lot of stuff happened that year. I do have more stories from that year, but I'm gonna try and, branch out, be, what's the word? Inclusive of other years, I guess if you want to quote it that way. I'm going to try and add more years, but yeah, a lot of stuff happened that year specifically, but this is another one. So, you know how, schools, usually at the end of the year, elementary, middle schools, maybe even high schools, mine doesn't, but, at the end of the year, they have, an end of the school year field trip where they go somewhere, exotic, for me, in 4th grade, we went to St. Augustine, overnight, which was actually, really cool, we slept in the hotel and all that. And, obviously, where else we got to sleep at? But for this year, we decided, the school decided to go to Universal Islands of Adventure. I'm pretty sure that's an every year thing for 8th graders because my brother just went on that, and he's in 8th grade. So I'm pretty sure that's something, specifically the 8th graders do. But, yeah, we went to Universal Islands of Adventure that year sometime in, April. It wasn't even, at the end of the year, really. It was, in April, which was a little weird because this was coming off of COVID, this was the year when they say you don't have to show up to mask, and everyone had to be back. So I can kind of see why they had in April, but not really. I remember when they announced the trip in March, and they were the requirements were okay, you guys can't have 5 referral, 3 or more referrals, and your grades have to be good, no D's. So everybody for the next month was locked in on a whole nother level. I'm talking 28-3 Tom Brady locked in. Everyone was not trying to get in trouble. Less of the people who really didn't care, but it was definitely a weird time because they were so strict about it too. And the person who was in charge of it, let's call her Miss Grumpy. Miss Grumpy was the dean, I guess you could say, or the rule enforcer at the time, and everyone didn't like Miss Grumpy at all because, well, but you can guess by the name, but she was also, super strict about the littlest things, and you would get a referral, for breathing weirdly. It was just so bad. She was D1 in hating, bro. I'm talking, a whole nother, level of hate. It was just, I don't know. It seemed like she was just preying on everyone's downfall. And, people didn't like her so much to the point where they looked her up on Google, saw that she, gambled at the Hard Rock, and found her address and phone number, and I'm okay, I understand she sucks, but okay, y'all are going to a whole nother level. This is doxing. Literally, they're doxing in school. But yeah, people around that time were super strict, and I remember my friend, let's call him, I'm trying to think of a name related to his name, let's call him Sebastian. So my friend Sebastian was not the, nicest tool in the shed. That's not the metaphor, but he wasn't the best student when it came to behavior wise, because I remember one time this guy got mad. We had the same language arts class. He got mad he failed a quiz, so he said, watch what I'm about to do. He goes to he asked the teacher to go to the bathroom, goes into the bathroom, he's in there for 5 minutes. And then he says, all right, go to the bathroom. I'm why? He's I left something in there for you. I'm okay. So, so I asked the teacher, can I go to the bathroom? He's yeah. I go to the bathroom, and there's just a huge hole in the wall right next to the toilet. And I go back to class. I'm what the hell, bro? And I took a picture of it, but damn, I don't know if the picture is still on my old phone. If it is, I'll put it in this video. But there's just a huge hole. He said he kicked the hole in the wall. And I'm bro, are you crazy? What are you doing? And just PA, wow, Max. PSA, I don't remember what he said, like what mental condition he had. He definitely said he had ADHD and like some form of autism. But either way, I feel like you should have enough self-control to not kick a hole in the wall. But, I don't know. I don't have those problems, so I can't really say much. So, yeah, you get the picture. Sebastian is not the... it's not that metaphor. He's not the best kid when it comes to behavior-wise, okay? So, like, he has, like, a couple I would say a couple. I remember at the beginning of the school year, he had to wear, like, school made him wear a clear backpack for the rest of the year because he brought in, like, an actual kitchen knife from home to cook his steak. Not cook his steak, like, cut it. And the school got so mad. It was Miss Grumpy who got him in trouble. And I'm like, I mean, I guess. Like, I understand it's a kitchen knife, but he had steak with him, though. He had a reason. He didn't just bring it just, threaten people. He's not that crazy. But yeah, as you can see, he has a history, and he, barely got to go. He was, begging to go on the trip. Okay, so just remember that, okay? He's not that best when it comes to behavior. So another part of the story includes, you guys know Jacob. He's been in a couple videos. And someone else, we're not going to say his actual name because I don't talk to him anymore. Let's call him Mitchell. So Jacob and Mitchell, I don't have Jacob with me right now, so he can't tell his part of the story. But so Jacob and Mitchell both liked this girl. Let's call her Jessica. Both like this girl named Jessica. And, we decided that us four would be a group. So not only do we have Sebastian. Oh, yeah, Sebastian also wanted to join us as well. He said it last minute. So not only do we have Sebastian, the troublemaker, we also have these two going after the same person. And they both told me individually, but they didn't tell each other. So it was I was the man in the middle, And that's just fantastic. So the day of the trip comes, it's 5 a.m, and we're all tired, we get on the buses. It's a 3.5 hour drive from where I live, leaving early in the morning just to avoid traffic. So we get there around, I'm being real true, I don't remember, probably sometime at 9, 10 a.m. And, we walk around, pretty cool. And we put our stuff in these lockers that they gave us. See, the school, supplied us with, these cards to get food and lockers. So, we put our stuff in the lockers and dip. And we go onto this called the Hulk ride, which, if you haven't been on it, it's fantastic. But, that was a really cool ride. So after the ride, we get off, and we go up to our lockers to grab something, because I think one of us forgot something in the lockers. I don't remember. And one of my, good friends is there. His name is, I'm not going to say his real name, so don't talk to him either. Let's call him Smith. That took way too long to think of a name. So, Smith is at, the same locker as us, and he's like, yo, where's my wallet? And we're like, your wallet? He's like, yeah, my wallet's not here. Do you guys know where it is? And we're like, no. So, he's understandably freaking out, because he told us that he has, a couple $100 in there. So, he goes looking around, trying to find it, see if he lost it. And Sebastian pulls me to the corner. Listen, he pulls me to the corner, and he's like, yo, I have his wallet. And I'm like, are you yanking my chain right now, or are you admitting to petty thievery? He's like, no, I'm not yanking your chain. I actually have his wallet. And he shows me, and he has, all his money, all of his, legal stuff, even his cards are in there. And I'm like, what the hell are you doing with this card? And he's like, I don't know, I just saw I want to take it. I'm like, bro, you don't take shit that's not yours. And he's like, man, I just wanted to keep it. I'm like, keep it? So I'm like, no, go put the thing back. So he puts the wallet back. I tell Smith that I found it. And he's like, oh, okay, thank you so much. And, after that, he looks in the wallet, and there's missing money from it. And he's like, hey, there's missing money from it. Do you know where it is? I'm like, no. So he should, he just, he lost, $40. It's, he's kind of upset about it. But honestly, he's just thankful he got his wallet back. And Sebastian pulls me to the corner again. And he's like, yo. And I'm like, you can't be serious with me right now. And he just shows me $40. And I'm like, bro, if you don't give this back, I promise you are probably never going to, first off, you're not going to be with us for the rest of the trip. And also, you're probably not even going to be at the school. And he's just like, bro, I can keep it, it's fine. So, to be honest, I don't really know what to do here. So, I'm just like, whatever. We're going to give it back to him eventually. Because he's long gone, you know what I mean? He's just long gone. I'm just like, if we find him again, we'll give it to him. He's like, fine. So we eventually go on the dropper ride. I didn't go on it because I was kind of scared because a couple months ago, a guy had fallen off and died. And I'm like, nope, I'm good. So I didn't go on that. And we also went on Popeye after, which was really cool. I would recommend checking out Popeye if you ever go. So after the Popeye ride, it's a water ride. So we're obviously soaked, like, head to toe. And honestly, we didn't really care about that. It was just the shoes part. Because if you ever walked around in like moist or soaked shoes, it's the worst thing in the world. So we try to dry our shoes as much in this Florida heat as possible. And we see Smith and Miss Grumpy walking over, and they walk up right to Sebastian. They talk to him. I can't really hear because they pulled him to the side. And I see him being escorted by Miss Grumpy to wherever. You know what I mean? And I asked Smith, I already know why he's getting escorted, but I asked Smith. And I was like, what happened to Sebastian? He's like, oh, yeah, he took my $40. Yeah, when you, found my wallet, he must have taken the $40. And I was like, how did you know? And to be honest, I I forgot how he figured it out. Maybe that was just God, you can't get caught with. Cause I don't think Sebastian had any intentions of returning it. So that was just God for real. I forgot how he figured it out. But yeah, Sebastian gets escorted, and we never see him for the rest of the trip. He's just gone. It was like he just got kidnapped, Dexter Morgan style. He's just gone. And everyone else in the group is obviously, alarmed because, when did this happen? And they asked me, and I was just like, I didn't know. Now they're going to know if they watch this. But, yeah, he's just gone. And Smith just goes on and enjoys the park. And I'm just like, okay, there goes Sebastian. You guys down to go on other rides? So, so we go on other rides. Jacob has vertigo, just an FYI. So he didn't go on Hulk originally. And he got in trouble by Miss Grumpy for being alone. See what I mean? D1 hating. Just kidding. She's just doing a good job because, leaving a 13-year-old by himself in a park with thousands of random people is just not ideal. So, he got in trouble for being alone. So we went on the, what was it? The, Cat in the Hat ride? We went on the Cat in the Hat ride. And then we went on the, it was a Jurassic Park ride. It was when you rode on a cart and you would see all the, dinosaur animatronics. So, yeah, we went on that ride, and I remember Mitchell and Jacob were, fighting to see who could sit next to Jessica, which was just so cringe. It was just I knew what they were both doing, and they both told me individually after, bro, Mitchell, bro, Jacob was trying to take my seat. I'm like, bro, I didn't tell them, but, I feel like it was obvious, but it was just so cringe. And they were doing that the whole time, even on the, even on the Cat in the Hat ride. They, three of them, all three of them sat in the back. Jessica was in the middle, poor her. And I'm over here in the front, just by myself. I'm like, oh, thanks, guys. Just what friends you guys are. But it was still really funny just to see them go, head to head with each other. It was so obvious, but also so cringe at the same. It was honestly funny for me. It was mad funny. You should have saw what they were doing when they were trying to eat lunch in the cafeteria area. I'm pretty sure she didn't sit next to either of them because it started to get very, very obvious. But yeah, and if you want to know, neither of them got with her, which was just damn. We tried to go on one final ride after that. It was just Harry Potter ride, and we never even went on it. The line was so long for this little ass roller coaster, and we never even went on it, which was just a huge waste of our time. I think it was a 3-hour wait, which was just so bad. It was a little roller coaster, and most of the people going out weren't even kids, which is just kind of concerning. But yeah, I don't know why there's a huge line for this when literally Velocicoaster and Hulk are in the same park. But yeah, we wasted all of our time there. Eventually we see we go to the area where we're all supposed to meet up, and then the buses are gonna pull up, and we see Sebastian just sitting next to Miss Grumpy. He must have been there the whole day, because keep in mind, we got there at 9, we're leaving at 5. We're working at 9 to 5 over here trying to go through this park. And he got taken away, I would say at 11. So he was there for a good 6 hours, just probably just apologizing and just sitting in shame and silence, which just damn, free my boy for real. But yeah, we eventually get on the buses and arrive home at 11. And that's the end of the story for real. Now that I've told it, It's honestly not that interesting as I thought it would be, but I just wanted to tell this story because I had been like thinking about it for a very, very, very long time just to tell it, And I'm gonna try and think of more stories. I'm gonna try and get more of these videos out because they're the easiest to get out. I just record gameplay and just talk over it. It's not that difficult. But I'm gonna try and get more of these out. I'm also trying to remember more stories. So yeah, please, if you like these stories, let me know. And I'll see you guys all later. Have a good night.